You might have recently purchased a new bike and wish to improve your riding efficiency, but are unsure where to begin. Most bikers, however, are confused as to where to start and what skills to learn at the start. As a result, riding becomes a dull experience for them. So, before you hop onto your new shiny bike, let's get introduced to the 5 essential cycling skills for beginner cyclists, making your bike journey a lot more fun and smoother. One of the essential skills you need to master before embarking on the journey is handling. Yes, it is one of the core skills required to improve your balance for safer and more enjoyable rides. Handling refers to the controlling of the bike effortlessly while keeping the right posture to balance your body appropriately. Starting from your seated position to saddle height to how you grip your bike, these are some facts that determine how well and efficiently you can ride your bicycle. And once you've become used to riding your bike, you'll feel as if it's part of your body and achieve a greater connection with your bike. Whether you're riding fast on an asphalt road or pushing over unpaved terrain, good handling is always required for a safe ride. Moreover, learning how to handle it will improve your ability to ride in a straight, tight path without wobbling your bicycle. And you will also be able to ride in a pace line with your buddies or a large group of cyclists without fear of colliding with others. Additionally, when riding downhill or ascending challenging terrains, handling your bike skillfully will safely get you to your destination. It's common to find shifting gears challenging at first, and you may be wondering why it's such an essential skill for beginners. To define the function of gears, these gears are included to make your pedaling easier or firmer for tackling various sorts of terrains. And knowing when and how to shift gears can save you a lot of time and energy, while also making your ride more pleasant. Most modern bicycles have 1 to 3 gears in the front and 7 to 11 gears in the rear, and they are operated by 2 shifts mounted on the handlebars. And for most bicycles, the right shifter adjusts the back gear and the left shifter changes the front gears. Shifting to firm gears allows you to maintain a high cadence while riding rapidly and smoothly on flat roads or down hills, while moving to lower gears will enable you to climb uphill routes or even ride against the wind without breaking a sweat. To have a more enjoyable riding experience, it's good to learn how to swap gears as early as possible. But before you get too excited, try shifting gears in an open area with no traffic. And as soon as you've mastered the shifters, you'll be ready to hit the road and start pedaling. You're probably thinking about picking up the pace, and now you've mastered shifting gears and maintaining cadence. However, you must first learn how to slow down and stop swiftly when necessary before you do so. Many beginners put their legs on the ground to stop while cycling because they're not as comfortable using bicycle brakes. Well, the brakes are there to help you, so don't be afraid to use them. There are mainly 2 brakes equipped on every modern bike. One is at the front wheel, and another is attached to the back wheel, and yes, you already know that. But do you know that each brake has a different function? You probably don't. Firstly, the front brake has excellent stopping strength and can bring your bike to a complete stop in seconds. However, you should avoid utilizing it too frequently since it might send you flying off your bike if you're not careful. Contrarily, the rear wheel brake gradually slows down your bike rather than entirely halting it. It's also useful for slowing down before squeezing the front brake or when you have time to brake. So the key is to know when to slam on the brakes and which one to use to prevent crashing with anything. Whether riding on a winding country road or on city streets, cornering is a must-know skill that every beginner should practice from the start. Cornering through the tricky roads and streets can make your turns smoother without losing the momentum of your speed. However, when you think about cornering, you might imagine how expert cyclists corner their way over paved roads, and it doesn't have to be like this all the time. It can be as easy as just not leaning sideways when turning around corners. Besides, you don't have to begin practicing cornering on roadways right away. Instead, begin practicing in an open location. Simply keep a bottle in place and attempt to ride around it for a while, and you'll get the hang of it. Also, keep in mind that maintaining your body position is essential for making stable turns on corners. You must be aware of your surroundings while cornering on a curving route in order to avoid accidental obstructions. So before you make a turn, keep your eyes on the opposite lane as well as your current route to avoid hitting any obstacles, and you'll be good to go. Last but not least, always wear protective gear. You may be wondering what wearing protective gear has to do with important riding abilities. Well, you're right, because wearing protective gear is not necessarily a skill, but a safety measure. However, like any other skill, you should always try to practice it and make it your second nature, because safety always comes first, and there's no doubt that a safe rider is a happy rider. So, before diving into the adventurous world of cycling, make sure you're well protected. Purchasing a well-fitted helmet, safety glasses, and gloves is a one-time investment that will save you medical bills in the long term. We've covered the essential cycling skills that you'll need as a beginner, but there's still a lot to learn about cycling, and we want you to feel confident while riding to have a pleasant and comfortable cycling experience. And that was our video on the 5 essential cycling skills that all beginner cyclists must have. Thanks for watching. Like this video, smash that subscribe button, and click the notification if you found this video helpful. And as always, stay safe and keep on pedaling.